Dan Vasquez. At center, left guard, we've got Tim Weisensee. At right guard, we've got Mason Harris. At left tackle, we've got John Lent. And at right tackle, we've got Rip Simmonsma. At the tight end spot, we've got Jace Muller. At fullback, we've got Sullivan Schlimgen. At running back, we've got Gavin Hemrick. At receiver, we've got number 12, Dawson Bauer. Also, the other receiver, we've got Matt Steffen. And at quarterback for the Lynx, which there's a couple of possibilities tonight. We're going to wait until they come out on the field, but a couple of options there. We've got number 13, Hunter Ciesavan, and number 25, Chase Hermanson. Both of them are up in the air as far as the coaching staff goes, so we'll have to see what they come out with when O'Gorman comes out on offense for right away. So it's going to be a good night, Ken. It looks like the crowd's starting to fill in a little bit. It was looking pretty thin on the O'Gorman side, but it's they're starting to fill in now that the game is getting close, and it looks like the band is getting revved up there. So looks like we're getting ready to kick off here, Ken. You ready for a good game?
And we're revved up here. I heard a little birdie out in the parking lot, and literally, I believe number 25 Hermanson will be starting, and we'll see as they come to the field for O'Gorman. Bob went over the starting lineup. Lynx. One thing about the Lynx is ball control, and you can see that as the running game has been very, very prevalent with Scott, 27 carries for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns already in this early part of the season as we roll into week 3 in 11 AAA in the state of South Dakota, and we're about to get the kick underway and kick this Friday evening off as for the Lynx, deep is going to be number 20, and let me get the numbers.
Maddox Mueller,
and I'll get the number from afar here on the other hash.
17, Nolan Pudwell, back deep.
Nolan Pudwell is back deep, and O'Gorman with the kick from the 40. It looks like Pudwell's going to take it at about the 15. He's going to climb up to the 20. He has an outside lane. He hits the other half. Great move. Cuts it up. And special teams playing prevalent already. Up to the 49-yard line with a great return is Pudwell. And that's where your offense is going to start for the Lynx.
Yeah, Luke Sanchez was on the tackle, and he probably saved a touchdown right there, Ken, because there was nobody behind him when he tripped up Pudwell right at midfield.
So Lynx coming out with offense. They go with a tight formation, a 2-back set with Timmer at fullback and Scott, and that's what you see in the I formation. Knutson is number 13 right under center. He has Delaney to his left. Also with Melcher to his right. Motions Delaney, play action. They want Melcher deep. No, they go to Delaney right away. Great catch. Right at about the 38 and goes down about at the 28-yard line. First down, Lynx. Great throw from Knutson.
You know, Delaney made a nice adjustment on that ball because he had to come back for it, but it was probably good because he had some defenders right there, and then he made a nice move and picked up some extra yards.
O'Gorman with a 3-4 defense, that's what they'll look at right away. Sometimes you can exploit that 3-4 defense as the linebackers will shrink a little bit, and what I mean by that, shrink up to the line on that play action. Pistol formation for Knutson. He has Timmer to his left. Also with Scott. Gives it to Scott. Scott has 3 touchdowns on the year. Gains 2 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and 8 from about the 27.
So it looks like it was on number 5, Alexander Carlson on the tackle. Looks like they got a gain of 1. Brings up second down and 9 for the Lynx.
Knutson gets the call from Garrow. So as the young Garrow on the sideline is getting the calls from the offensive coordinator up top in the booth. Goes to Knutson. They go into a spread formation. Scott, Delaney, and Melcher to his left. Trips. Delaney, the SDSU recruit, cuts it up, and he goes all the way down to the 15. First down, second first down for Delaney from Knutson on this drive. That's going to bring up a first down, and they mark it at about the 14 timeout away.
Yeah, that was Holden Height on the tackle. Brought him down, but not after a good gain. He made a good move after the initial catch, and You know, I have to say, we talked about this last week, Ken, and you were not privileged to that particular conversation, unless, of course, you were watching, but I know you were busy. But we talked a lot about that term yak, yards after catch. And that is something that Delaney does a very nice job of. Gets the cat, makes sure he's secure in the catch, but then he makes a nice move and makes that first defender miss for some extra yards. So that was a good, safe throw. We talked earlier about Knutson having almost an 80% completion rate. Well, he does not necessarily take a whole bunch of risky throws down the field looking for huge plays. He makes the very safe throws, and if they don't get them by the receiver, you know that they're probably not going to be caught by anyone. And that was another example to Delaney here. Just a very short route, but he turns it up and probably gets an extra 10 yards or so after the catch.
Formation out of the timeout. The offensive coordinator is Zur, and he's up in the booth. He radios down to A.J. Garrow, the son of the late Chad Garrow. Give to Scott. Cuts it up. Right about, it's going to be about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up a second down and 8. At about the 11-yard line, Scott with 2 carries for about 4 yards so far. He comes to the sideline, and the late Chad Garrow, what a phenomenal coach and a phenomenal person. His son is following his footsteps on the sideline there. You can see him in the gray. If you look to the left of your screen. Knutson, he's got his tight end number 4. That's going to be Welch. Motions him to the right. I formation. They're going to give it to number 30.
Veskerna
with the carry. He's going to gain 1 yard. That's going to bring up third down in about 5, maybe 6. We'll see what they call it. 9:50 to go. First quarter. Lynx driving. This is a big third down. We know, Bob, inside the 20, they call it the red zone. That's where everything shrinks, right? The field really shrinks, and your play call sheet shrinks too. And so that's what we're facing right now. Veskerna is to Knutson's left. He motions Timmer. He's got Delaney in the slot with Melcher to his left. He rolls left. Finds Melcher. No. Overthrown. That's going to bring up a incomplete pass. Fourth down in about 7. Oh, sorry, I said third down and 5. It was third down and 7. It'll bring up a fourth down and 7.
I think they're going for it here.
The Lynx will keep their offense on the field as Knutson goes to the huddle after receiving the play call.
I think evidently they feel that touchdowns are going to be needed here. They've got some good play calls down here, and we've got some good receivers that they can get the ball to. But
Knutson, pistol formation, moves Delaney. It looks like there's going to be a timeout.
Ooh, flag on the play.
It's going to be, I believe, false start on the Lynx, so that will push them back. Number 68 for the Lynx. That is the left guard, Weesey. And we'll talk about the offensive linemen here in a little bit because they are a big part of why the Lynx are very good on the ground and very good on offense. As the Lynx are going to keep their offense out there, I like the aggressiveness from head coach Christensen and his offensive coordinator Zur as they keep that offense on the field. I would also. Knutson, Timmer is up back with Welch to his right with the tight end. He's got Delaney right and left of the formation. Drops back, breaks, and he is going to be well short of the first down as heavy pressure was put on from a blitz from the outside linebacker number 5 for the O'Gorman Knights.
Alexander Carlson.
Carlson with the pressure, and that's going to be turnover and downs on the Lynx opening drive as they had a lot of momentum, gained 2 first downs, and stalled within that red zone. So this is the first time we're going to see this evening the Lynx defense as they played really well last week, and we'll see if the momentum shifts over to here. They run a 3-3-5 defense, and that's going to be number 25, Hermanson. He's going to give it to his running back. I believe it's going to be Hamrick, and
It looks like Dylan Williams on the tackle. And I don't believe that they got anything. They might even have lost a few yards there. He ran into a brick wall, and they just didn't bend.
There's no gain on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 10 from the 10. As Hermanson's going to bring his offense out of the huddle. He's got two backs with him, two receivers to his right. Drops back, finds his receiver. It is incomplete, overthrown. Great coverage by number 29, I believe, for the Lynx. That's going to be Chelema. He's one of the safeties for your Lynx.
Yeah, they play very tight defense in the secondary. They've got a lot of people back there. They've got three safeties. They play two cornerbacks back there. They play a 3-3-5. They still get lots of pressure on the quarterback with those front six, but they're all about cutting down the passes and cutting down the big plays and making you run down the field if you're going to beat them.
Hermanson, shotgun. Running back with him is Hammer. He motions his tight end. That's going to be number 2. Quick pass. Broken tackle by number 1 for O'Gorman. And that receiver is going to be, let's see what we can find on my play call sheet here, Bob.
Well, the receiver's number 1 for them. It'd be Logan Mebius. That's
not a good thing for the future of this broadcast.
it is very good because I don't have all night to correct you. So
the most important part is it is 4th down and 7, punting formation for the O'Gorman Knights, and there's a punt. Back deep is Pudrow. He's going to take it. No, he's not. He's going to let it roll, and a pretty good punt.
Very good punt. He was punting out of his end zone.
By the O'Gorman Knights, and that's where the Lynx will start their second possession on this Friday evening on, I heard this a lot today. Friday the 13th. So I totally...
because it's a Friday and it's the 13th.
13th of the month, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but a lot of people didn't think that. So... The Lynx offense starting at the 40-yard line. They're going to move right to left. And that's Knutson out of the pistol. He's going to motion Delaney. He's going to look to Delaney. No, he's going to go back to Melcher. No, he rolls right. Heavy pressure. He's going to...
Ooh, we got a flag on the play.
So Knutson, I believe there's going to be a late hit out of bounds on Knutson as he dumped it out of bounds. A great play by Knutson, just getting rid of the ball, and we fight for another play, right? But I think we're going to get some free yards on this.
Yeah, you don't want to make a bad play out of a bad play. And the first week we saw it at the Pigskin Classic, he had a rollout that was just exactly like this, and he tried to force the pass in, and it got picked off, and that led to one of the scores that Washington had. But the Lynx looks like they're backing up a little bit. So I don't know if maybe it was...
I think it might have been offsetting penalties. We'll see.
We're going to find out by our officials.
The white hat. So no late. So that flag got picked up, it looked like, from the sideline. An eligible man downfield for the Lynx as I know it came out of my voice that they wanted to go to Delaney out of that motion quick, out of that quick,
Yep.
that real quick screen. They tried to screen there. Well, that's going to put somebody down, and Knutson did not want to deliver that ball. And play action. Scott, great catch. Scott breaks the tackle, and he's going to fight for more yards. He's going to fight for about 1 more yard, and that's going to pick. He's going to pick up about 3 to 4 yards on that dump pass from Knutson. And Scott's going to go to the sideline here. It's going to bring up a second down in about 12.
Yeah, it looks like Dawson Bauer was on the tackle. He basically grabbed a hold of his leg and just held on for dear life until he got some help.
As Knutson under center, he has one of his running backs and Timmer. Actually, it's not going to be Timmer. It's play action. It's going to go to Knutson 2, number 20 for the Lynx. And
Maddox Mueller.
Maddox
We Ken and I kind of was talking about the game early in the year, and I said a name that's not in the starting lineup, but he had a heck of a week last week with 7 catches and I believe 143 yards. But he called it no good.
So
it was incomplete.
Incomplete.
Must have been out of bounds.
As I'm looking down at my play call sheet, I've thought for sure that was a completed pass, but it's going to be incomplete as the Lynx are going to line up on the left hash, moving right to left. Knutson along with Delaney. He's got 3 receivers and 2 to his left. He goes to his favorite target. That's going to be Delaney with his 3rd catch of the ball game. He's got about 36 yards so far already in this ball game. First down, Lynx.
Logan Mebius was on the tackle, but what a great throw. Delaney made a nice in move and cut to the outside, and Knutson put it right on a rope. Looks like it's timeout again by O'Gorman.
Timeout O'Gorman, and that's going to be their 2nd timeout of the half. Remember, they get 3 timeouts, each team does, so O'Gorman's going to have 1 timeout remaining. In this first half, your Lynx have all 3. First down as the Lynx cross the 50. Delaney with his 3rd catch of the ball game, about 36 yards. You know, I estimated that because I really don't have like a computer screen. I remember in Lynx TV, we used to have the stat guys right next to us, and I used to get the stats real time, so it was great. Right now we don't have that, so that was an estimation. It was a good estimation. What do you think? 36 yards ish. 3 first downs. I counted 10 plus 10 plus 10. That's 30, and then I gave him another 6.
So that's pretty good. You know, when it comes to giving a number on attendance, Ken, I'm your man. But stats on the football field, I'm not going to be able to help you there tonight. So.
Yeah, and tell me how many. We have a lot, right? Everybody that's here or something like that, you say all the time?
Well, we do. We have a lot.
Okay, perfect. It looks like a packed house on this sideline for the Lynx. Knutson, I formation. He's got Scott deep. Gives it to Scott. Scott breaks it. He finds a hole all the way up to the 36-yard line, maybe 37. They're going to say 36. Most importantly, it's a first down, Lynx.
Yeah, there's a tackle by Jack Stukel. He got all the way to the second deal, and he just had to hang on for dear life because if he got loose, he's going to be still running. But it was a nice tackle by Stukel.
Like we talked about earlier in the ball game, Gus Scott, 27 carries, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year. Knutson is playing a big part through the year. He's got 309 yards through the air as Knutson, Timmer, his fullback with him. They're going to give it to number 31 for the Lynx.
Levi Veskerna.
Yeah,
the defensive tackle, defensive end got right across the line and followed him up the line and before he got a good head of steam. So lost a couple of yards on that particular play.
That'll be a negative play for your Lynx. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 from about the 38-yard line. And we want to welcome all of you that are watching. It is a pleasure to bring this ball game to you. Your Lynx walking into this Friday evening on Friday the 13th, 2-0, ranked number 3 in the state. Knutson fakes it to Scott. He's going to roll left. Almost sacked. He's going to gain positive yards. He actually gains about 3 to, we'll say 5 yards. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd down as it's a 0-0 ball game still, as the Lynx are going to bring up a 3rd down in about 8.
How about 6? I'll call it 6.
You'll call it 6? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The board's going to call it 7. You call it 8. I call it 6. We'll split the difference and say 3rd.
That's great. Yeah, that's a good call, Bob. That's why we have you here every week, that we're able to call these games. Motion, right. Knutson pistol. Scott. No, they want to go back to Melcher. Melcher finds it. His first reception of the ball game, and it's a big reception as he's going to cross the 25, and he moves the chains. First down, Lynx down to about the 24.
Nick Ulrich on the tackle for the for the Knights. I tell you what, if they tackle him right where he catches that, it's 4th down. But he fought for those extra yards and got just enough for that first down. Let's see if we can get 4 more and get in and get a score here.
4:15 to go, first quarter. Lynx driving, trying to get into the red zone for the second time in this first quarter. Motions his receiver to the right. That's Knutson. He does find Scott. Scott cuts up, goes across the 20, and now goes about to the 18, and that's going to bring up a second down in about 5 as a gain of 5 for Gus Scott.
That was a very impressive reception there because that ball was not right in his chest. He was running away from the quarterback, had to reach down behind him, secure the catch, and then made some good positive yards.
As we see a lot of Mueller in motion, number 20, you can see on your screen, goes under the formation as they move a lot of people around your Lynx on offense. Melcher along with Delaney, they're both right to left. He's under the pistol, that's Knutson. Has Timmer? No, he's going to find Melcher. First down, Melcher's second catch of this drive, second catch of the ball game. First down, gain of about 8. That puts the Lynx into the red zone for the second time this evening, and it's a first down in 10 from about the 11.
You know, they're putting basically a 3-person zone around Delaney. So they're using it to their advantage, and when they got 3 people kind of guarding his space, that's going to leave Melcher open. It's going to leave Mueller open. Hopefully the Brandon, and I know they are because they've already done it, utilize that a lot tonight.
So man-to-man coverage, it looks like, from O'Gorman, but the Lynx handed off. We'll see who they handed it off to.
Mr. Scott.
Scott's going to gain. That's going to be Gus Scott on second down. He's going to bring up a second down at about 4, maybe 5. We'll see where they mark it. But it's going to be down at about the 6-yard line, as this is familiar territory for the Lynx offense. You can't stall here. You need points. Knutson, shotgun. Scott to his right. Delaney to his left, along with Melcher outside the hash. They're going to give it. No, it's going to be Knutson with the QB keeper. Is he going to get the first down with the lead block from Scott? We'll see, as Knutson's lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field. And your new quarterback for the moment,
Will Van Leeuwer.
Will Van Leeuwer,
number 9,
is going to come into the ball game. I heard he had a pretty decent game at Rapid City Stevens when he got playing time. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 from the 2. So the Lynx can pick up a first down. How about we just get into the end zone? Scott behind Leeuwer. Timmer, his lead back, and they're going to do that as Scott grabs the touchdown, his 4th touchdown of the year, and the Lynx up 6-0 on this Friday evening on week 3 and 11 AAA in the state of South Dakota.
You know, there's not too often when you can run right to the left of your center from 3 yards out and not get touched all the way to the end zone.
And on to kick for your Lynx.
Number 14, Miles Hunt.
Hunt up, and it is blocked
by number 12, Dawson Bauer.
All right, we'll see if that plays a part as we saw the Lynx special teams, right? We want to talk about special teams, too, in this broadcast, as the opening kick, or kick return from Pudwell brought it up to the 49, right? And crossed the 50 up to the 49. And now for O'Gorman, you got a blocked extra point. It is only a 6, I shouldn't say it only. It's a 6-0 ball game with 1:47 to go in the first quarter.
You know, Ken, back in the Pigskin Classic, Brandon came down, got a touchdown right away, and they missed the extra point on that particular touchdown as well. First touchdown of the year. So they did come back and made some corrections on those special teams later in the game, and they were able to recover that with a 2-point conversion. But now we just need to come down. Special teams needs to hold their lane and pin them back deep and make them go the whole length of the court. Whole length of the field.
On to kick is going to be Gus Scott. He just found the end zone for the 4th time this season, and he's going to kick it deep for the Lynx. We hope he's going to kick it from the 40. As number 1 is going to be back deep. That's going to be Logan Mebius, okay.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. And Bauer along with him. Bauer's going to take it at about the 15, maybe 16, and he is going to be met at the 25 by a host of Lynx, and that's where O'Gorman's going to start their second series of the first quarter. 1:42 to go. Your Lynx up 6-0.
Yeah, it looks like it was Camden Christian on the tackle there. The defense needs to come out and kind of do what they've been doing. Containing the offense, don't let any big plays behind you, and make them go down the whole length of the field for some score.
Hermanson, 3 receivers to his left. He's going to motion one of his receivers. That's going to be Hamrick. He goes out to number 2. Now that's going to be Schlimgen. He did motion Schlimgen. I forgot it was number 2, so I apologize. You keep on saying, sorry, Mom. So that's Schlimgen with the catch. From Hermanson, he picks up about 6 yards, bring up a 2nd and 4 from the 32 for the Knights.
You know, that was a excellent tackle by Chase Leary there, because that Schlimgen's not a tiny fella. He's a pretty good, stout football player.
As Hermanson and kind of a jagged kind of pistol, maybe not a pistol, but it's going to be a shotgun. Fakes it to Schlimgen. Hermanson's going to keep it. He's going to go up for a first down and crosses the 35. They're going to say he's down because there was a fumble on the play, but I believe he was down too. But that's going to be a first down for the Knights at about the 39.
It almost looked like a broken play, or maybe a RPO option, because he pulled it out of the running back's gut and made a run around the left end. Nice play.
Hermanson, Schlimgen to his left, Hamrick with him. They fake it to Schlimgen. That's going to be Hermanson again for the 2nd time in a row with the quarterback keeper. And Hermanson's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards up to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Knights as they're looking to drive the ball across the 50-yard line for the first time this evening. I don't think we're going to get a play, but it looks like O'Gorman's going to hurry to the line. 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Hermanson, motion Schlimgen. Play action. They go up top. It's overthrown. Intended receiver is going to be number 22 for the Knights.
Well, they're not afraid to take it down the field. The pass was just a little overthrown, but more importantly, the defensive back was right there.
As Josh TZ with the intended reception, it is overthrown as Hermanson's 0 for 2 now through the air. And that's going to do it for the first quarter as your Lynx on Friday the 13th are up 6-0. And we can go over the Lynx TV sponsors real quick, Bob, while we have a moment.
All right, we've got All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you for all of our sponsors for making this game possible, so we can put it out there on Lynx TV and Alliance cable for all of the folks that could not make it out tonight. It might be because there's no seats to sit, Ken.
Yeah, especially on the Brandon Valley side, there are 0 seats. I mean, it would be hard to find one. They would have to really squeeze together, right, Bob? Or maybe sit on the stairs, but I don't think they should do that.
Yeah.
Second quarter, start of the second quarter as Hermanson. He's going to have his running back with him That is going to be number 1. He's going to give it up to number 1. And Mebus, he's going to gain about 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 4th down now, as that was a 3rd down and about 5. 4th down and 4. Punting team comes on to the field for the Knights. Back deep for the Lynx is number 17.
Nolan Pudwell.
And
Rylan Cody to punt for the Knights.
And Rylan Cody to punt for the Knights. Like Bob just said, it sounds like I'm copying him, which I to be honest with you, I just did.
Flag on the play.
Looks like it may be a false start. We'll see what happens here. We don't want it on our Lynx as encroachment. I believe that would give it's going to be false start. Good. It would have gave O'Gorman the first down.
Absolutely, it would have. So now let's see if we can get a good return and get some good field position to start the second quarter. This has pretty much been like what we had expected, Ken. 2 very equally matched teams going head-to-head on a very hot September night playing football.
And there's the punt. Pudwell can field this. He calls for a fair catch, and he's going to grab it at about the 21-yard line, and the Lynx will start their 3rd possession of this first half as we just went into the second quarter. Your Lynx up 6-0.
You know, that was the second very lengthy punt for Cody. The first one was like 52 yards, Ken, and that one probably like 40 to 45 yards in the air. So they've got a good special teams player there that's pinning the other teams back deep on those punts.
As the Lynx come out of the huddle. First down and 10 from the 21. Knutson, pistol formation. He's got Scott behind him along with Timmer. He motions Mueller. They're going to give it to Scott. No, it's going to be, I believe it's not going to be Scott. It's going to be number 31.
Levi Veskerna.
Veskerna with a good carry on first down. He's going to gain about 7 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
You know, he was the Lynx leading rusher last year, and this season he came in. Scott missed a couple of games, but he was right up there as well. But they've got a nice, good combination of a Scott, which is a power runner, and Veskerna, which is more of a speed and shifty runner. So.
Motion from Knutson's left to right. I formation, play action. He wants Melcher, heavy pressure. He does a smart thing and throws it out of bounds as he was pushed out of bounds. Heavy pressure brings up a 3rd down in 3 from about the 24.
Yeah, the Knights kind of got pressure on this end of the line, and it pushed Knutson back, and I think he wanted to get rid of the ball a little sooner to Melcher right down in front of us here, but that pushback kind of took that play and the timing of that off.
3-4 defense for the Knights, as it's hard to see where that pressure is going to come from the play action. As I formation, no, they're going to put it in the pistol. That's going to be Veskerna to Knutson's right. He finds his his fullback Timmer, as Timmer sat right in the middle of that zone. Perfect play from your fullback, number 44, first down, Lynx.
You know, he ran. Yeah, I was kind of watching him out of the backfield. He ran up. He kind of took a glance at the sidelines. I said, I need to get to this spot. He was like 1 or 2 yards behind that, and then he came back for the football to make sure that nobody was going to jump in front of him for an interception.
As the Lynx are going to start first down and 10 from the 33-yard line. We've seen a host of players receiving passes from Knutson. I believe 3 players already have caught a pass in this early first half. I formation. Veskerna. Timmer in front of him. Veskerna breaks a tackle. He's going to go all the way up to the 43, 44-yard. No, it's going to be 43, but I believe that's going to be a first down. We'll see where they spot it. No, it's going to be 1 yard short. I said 43, 42. 2nd and 1 for the Lynx.
Gavin Hemrick on the tackle, or he'd be still running and would have got a first down there, but it was a nice tackle.
Melcher and Delaney wide. I formation. Veskerna gains nothing on 2nd down and 1. Brings up a 3rd down and 1. Scott coming to the ball game for Veskerna. as the Lynx trying to drive and capitalize on this third drive of the first half. We have just under 9 minutes to go in this first half as the Lynx up 6-0. Ball on the 42-yard line, 3rd and 1. Knutson still in the huddle. We got 10 seconds on the play clock. He's going to motion a host of receivers. That's going to be with Delaney and Timmer. He's got Scott, and we're going to get a timeout, great timeout by the coaching staff for the Lynx as 3 seconds was on the play clock to remaining. And 3rd and 1, you never want to push it back to 3rd and 6, Bob.
Nope, that was a good observation and a good keen eye from the coaching staff to understand where they were in the play clock and make sure they get a good play called with plenty of time and get this first down so we can continue this drive.
I really like what the offense is doing. So you show a formation right initially. So you're coming up to the line, you show the formation, then you have three players in motion to reset. Right? It's you. Once you're set, you can't motion 3 players. Okay, so they're resetting, and I really like it because it makes that 3-4 defense. 3-4 defenses. They're a blitzing defense, right? Your linebackers are blitzing defenses. Your 3 linemen typically are there to stop the run and plug the A and B and C gaps, right? But your outside linebackers and your middle linebackers, the 2 middle linebackers in a 3-4 defense, typically blitz a lot. Well, what that does in that motion, it's a great motion, is it makes them shift. Okay, so now you gotta shift that whole. Now that middle linebacker on the weak side becomes the strong side. The strong side outside, or weak side outside linebacker becomes the strong side. It's really good. Pistol formation. 1 yard to go. Scott gets the first down and about 2 more. First down and 10 for the Lynx at the 45.
Sullivan Slimgan on the tackle, but basically they just ran up and says, you know what, I need 3 or 2. I'm going to get 3, just run it up the gut with your main power running back, and the offensive line did their job.
That's what, when I was explaining that, Bob, that's when I on the teleprompt I circle things.
Yeah. I could see it up here practically,
okay,
except
good.
for the teleprompt.
Hopefully all of you could see it too when I was explaining that. As pistol formation for Knutson, play action, finds Melcher. Melcher with his 3rd catch of the ball game. He's going to actually pick up 8 yards on that first down play. From Knutson to Melcher, 2nd down and 2 as the Lynx cross the 50.
Dawson Bauer on the tackle there. He did a nice job of wrapping him up right at the point of reception there and not allowing him to get any more of those yards after catch.
I'm not a Madden, right? Obviously, I'm not John Madden. But he was great. And now Tony Romo, I'm just talking NFL, they draw a lot of lines and stuff on that teleprompt. Anyways, we'll get over that. As Knutson, Timmer to his right in the pistol. They're going to give to Veshkerna. He's going to pick up the first down and more as he is going to break 2 tackles and goes across the 40 all the way to the 38-yard line. First down, Lynx.
Hamrick on the tackle there, and he was fighting. I like the effort. You got to be careful somewhat, though, at the end of those plays when you're fighting for those extra yards. That's when you can get the ball stripped from you with all that extra effort try to stretch the ball out there. So good play.
Great blocking, though, by the tight end Welch and Feldkamp, the left tackle. He's number 75, along with the left guard, number 68. That's Weesey. Shotgun formation. Drops back. Looks to Melcher again over the middle, and he was looking at the safety coming down, number 10 for the O'Gorman defense, as it's going to bring up a 2nd down on that incomplete pass. Sorry, it's Weiss.
That would be a Bob issue, yes.
I'm
yes.
blaming Bob for that. Okay, I text Bob this morning. Usually I have a play call sheet that shows me everything, right? I just don't do this by memory. And so Bob typed it up for me. So if I mess up on anything, it's the guy to my right. Delaney, wide open. Cuts it up to the 30. He's not going to get the first down, but it's going to be a gain of 9 as Lynx are going to bring up 3rd down and 1 from about the 28. Let's say 29.
That was a good route by Delaney and a nice pass. It wasn't at any jeopardy at any point in time by getting intercepted there. So good yards after catch as well.
3rd down and 1 for the Lynx. 6:43 to go. Knutson looks to Vesker now. That's going to be a 1st down and more as he swings out of the backfield. Knutson looks to his right, finds the safe throw, right, Bob?
You bet.
And it gains a 1st down Lynx.
Charlie Schmidt on the tackle. And basically he just ran him over and just wanted to get the 1st down. So that's a good play by Vesker now there. I like the offense. They're starting to get into a little bit of a flow. Very safe plays, very methodical plays. But guess what? You got to play defense on those. And the Lynx are made to go right down the field. 2
tight end set with Timmer. Extra blocking. He has Delaney. Delaney doesn't find it. As just thrown to Delaney's outside. I do like that, taking the shot on 1st down and 10, right?
Yeah,
they don't anticipate it. The defense is probably run heavy on their defensive call. Coach Zur, the offensive coordinator, hey, let's go to the end zone. Great call. It just didn't happen for the Lynx. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. Delaney to his left. That's Knutson. Knutson under center, I formation. He goes to Scott. Great block by Timmer, but even better play by the O'Gorman Knights defense as they meet Scott for a no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. 6:15 to go, 1st half. Lynx up 6-0 as we've seen some really good ball play from some defenses so far tonight, as that's why we have a 6-0 ball game. Knutson, 3rd down and 10 from the 33. I formation. No, he's going to be in the pistol. He's going to motion Delaney to his left. Finds Delaney. Delaney's going to cut up, grabs a 1st down and more. Finds the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Lynx, 12-0 as Knutson out of the motion from Delaney from right to left. They find the little out route and beautiful throw to the outside of Delaney. Delaney didn't have to miss a beat on that run, right? It was a perfect throw. Delaney uses his speed, touchdown.
You know, I think that they maybe undervalued his speed that Delaney has once he gets the ball in his hands, because he just ran by some folks that took a bad route to try for the tackle, and that's just because of his raw speed.
2-point conversion as the Lynx are going to attempt it. It's a 12-0 game. They want to put 14 points on the board, and they do. Timmer, no, they don't. As a really good play as Knutson finds his fullback, Timmer, out of the backfield.
Jack Stuckel on the tackle. And it's hard to hold up Mr. Timmer with just one person. But he did. He stood him up and dragged him to the sidelines. That was a good defensive play on that 2-point conversion.
Well, let's talk about why the offense is really running the way they are, right? Why are they? It's that front line. We'll talk about the tight end number 4, Welch. We'll talk about number 75 from left to right, left tackle, Feldkamp. Number 68 is going to be your left guard. That's going to be Weiss. And your center is going to be number 62, Mitzel, right?
Mitzl, Mitzel.
Mitzel, there you go. And I'm reading Bob's writing here, or typing.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. The right guard, number 64, that's going to be Parliament. And to round out the offensive line with the tight end is going to be number 58. That's going to be Bagsasser.
It's easy for me to say.
Wow, Bob.
All right, so back deep for O'Gorman, you got Logan Mebius, and you've got Mr. Bauer back deep to receive for O'Gorman.
Scott to kick. Little pooch kick as O'Gorman's going to take it at about the 20. And the Lynx are right there to stuff him at the 30. And that's where O'Gorman's going to start with the offense. And you can't forget, Bob, on offense also. You talked about Timmer that just caught that pass on the 2-point conversion. Timmer plays a huge part in that run game, right? He's taken on the first linebacker that appears in that hole.
Yep.
And that's a lot of selflessness, right?
It absolutely is.
And Timmer, we saw earlier in that series on offense, he caught the ball over the middle of the field. Hermanson, heavy pressure. There's a screen, and they're going to find number 6 for the O'Gorman Knights. That's going to be Stefan, and Stefan's going to have his first catch of the ball game. It's going to bring up a second down and about 2 from the 39.
Yeah, that was a good. He took advantage of the aggressiveness of the defensive line and snuck a screen pass in right behind it. So good play call.
Hermanson shotgun. He has a running back right to his right with a receiver right and left. He keeps it, quarterback keeper, and he's going to be met. But it's going to be a first down, but brought down hard by one of the Lynx defenders. But it's going to be a first down for the Knights at about the 42.
Hey, look at Parker Coughlin on the tackle. I tell you what, if it was pro wrestling, he would have picked him up and slammed him right there because he ran right into him and he lifted him off the ground. It's a good tackle.
2 receivers to Hermanson's left, 1 to his right as we're working from right to left on your screen. Hermanson goes deep. Great defense by Pudwell, though. Breaks it up. Brings up a second down and 10.
You got to like that they're letting the players make the deals. That was not a terrible pass, but a little high for the receivers, and the defensive backs were right on it. The defensive coverage this year so far in all 3 of the games that I've watched, Ken, and I watched the one at Rapid. I watched that on YouTube as well, and they've really held the other team's passing games down, which is a nice strength to have.
So in that 3-3-5 defense, 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs, your defensive line plays a big part in that too, as Swift, Parliament, and Coughlin are on the defensive line. And I believe we're going to have a timeout. Third and final timeout of the half for the O'Gorman Knights. We'll talk about the Lynx defense a little bit here as Swift, number 10, is one of your defensive end. Your nose tackle, nose guard, is number 64. That's going to be Parliament, and your other defensive end in that 3-3-5 defense is number 56. That's going to be Coughlin. The outside, or the linebackers, the 3 linebackers. Your outside linebackers are going to be number 1, Williams, and number 27, Gray. And your middle linebacker is going to be number 30, Fokin. The corners, number 17, you just saw him on the field break that up. That pass play, that's number 17, Pudwell. And on the other side is your other corner, number 23, Carroll. And at safety, and we kind of have a rover safety in there, is going to be number 21, Leary. Number 24, Stroh, and number 29, Jelima. And right now they are playing great ball as the scoreboard shows it. And I believe O'Gorman's been across the 50 one time in this first half. That's why there's a 0 on the board. Hermanson, 3 receivers tight to the formation to his right. He's going to motion his receiver all the way across the formation outside the hash. And they want to go underneath, and it's intercepted. Intercepted.
No, they called it no good. So incomplete, they call it.
So that's one of your safeties. That was Stroh, number 24, on the coverage, but great coverage. It was underthrown, and it's really hard to fit. If you're going to go inside the hashes, so the hashes are those little marks on the field on both sides, and you can hear the fans coming to their feet on 3rd down and 10, but on that 5 defensive backs, it's really hard to fit anything in the middle of the field. Shotgun, Hermanson, 3rd down and 10, heavy pressure. They go to the screen. They're going to grab the first down and more. That's going to be a catch by number 12. He's going to go out of bounds.
Bauer on the reception.
Bauer, and I believe his older brother was Caden Bauer, right?
Canyon.
Canyon.
He played receiver at State for a couple of years, and then he transferred down to Augie and is playing for a pretty good Augustana football team this year. So.
Yeah, Augustana, the Vikings head to the Jackrabbits tomorrow, I believe.
They do.
Shotgun formation. Hermanson, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. They cross the 50. 4:30 to go, first half. They want to go deep. They don't find anything, and it's intercepted.
We got a flag on the play, but it's intercepted. We'll see how it goes.
As Pudwell intercepts the ball, but I believe that's going to come back.
Well, it's either going to be a pass interference.
And
it looks like the way the signal is.
To me, yeah. Anyways, there was a little tripping, but the feet really don't cause interferences, right? And I say that is because...
What do they call it? Incidental contact on a lot of those?
Yeah, but they're going to call it, and that's what's played on the field, and that's why they do their job the way they do it, and the refs are really good at what they do. And we want to give a shout-out to all of them, because I know around the United States it's really hard for the refs these days, and they're really short. So anybody that's interested, try to sign up. First down and 10 for Gorman. Hermanson gives to his up back. Schlimgen. That's number 2. That's going to be a pickup of 1. Second down and 9 from about the 23-yard line. And I was talking about all over the United States, and I don't know if a lot of you have heard it or not, but there's not an abundance of referees out there. So if you're interested, I don't know what the website is, but I'm sure somebody can post it out there and get some interest. Hermanson. Pass. Great coverage by Carroll, as the cornerback Carroll for the Lynx, number 23, on the coverage, as the intended receiver was Stefan. Stefan has 1 catch in the ball game so far. Really, Bob, the passing game for Hermanson and the offense has come from the screens, right? It's just been underneath screens the whole time.
You can almost be rest assured there's another screen coming right now.
You think so?
Every time they've got a 3rd and long, they took advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense to throw a screen in behind it.
Hermanson, 3rd and 9, rolls to his right. Bob predicts it, and I predict an interception.
Ooh.
No, great play by number 24, Stroh.
There was 2 offensive receivers there, and he broke it up from both of them. What a great play.
Great play by the safety, number 24, Stroh, for the Lynx.
There's some laundry on the field, though, right about the 20.
An eligible receiver downfield. The Lynx coaching staff will decline that. It'll bring up a 4th down and 8 on that incomplete pass.
They're pretty close here, but it'll be interesting to see what they do. They're too close to punt. They'll just punt it into the end zone with the strength of their punters' deals, and I think they might be a little too far out. So it'd be, a 24, 34, 41-yarder from where they're at.
4th down and 9 from about the the 23. Shotgun formation. That's number 2 at quarterback now. That's Schlimgen.
He's going to run.
Keeper.
There's a flag on the play.
He's going to gain the 1st down, but like Bob said, I may have a holding call here.
Just by where the position of where the flag's at and where it came in position of where the play was coming around this end.
So we'll see what they call.
So the question is okay, did they mark the ball down? And if they stopped him short, you would decline the penalty and take the ball.
Well, I think that he gained the 1st down.
Oh, did he?
So
okay.
They're going to take it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 4th down. Interesting that we'll see what they do here. That's the Knights on offense. Are they going to go for it? It looks like they're keeping their offense out on the field. Remember, Lynx have 3 timeouts remaining, I believe.
Fourth down and 20.
4th down and 20. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. First half, Lynx 3 timeouts remaining. Big defensive stand here as the Lynx want the ball back. Hermanson, motion Slimgan. Heavy pressure, here comes the screen, and it is met and stopped by Pudwell, number 17. Lynx take over at about the 33-yard line, and those timeouts are going to play a big part in this drive, Bob, with 3:15 to go, first half.
I would think so. And did you notice the defensive adjustment there, Ken? They did not send on that blitz on the quarterback. They did not send the 2 outside linebackers in with the 2 middles. They played back and waited for that guy to come across for that screen.
Knutson, shotgun, 3 receivers to his right. Great block by Scott. Completed over the 45. First down to Melcher. He grabs his 4th catch of the ball game. The leading receiver so far, along with Delaney. They both have 4 catches. First down, Lynx at the 48.
Jack Stukel has been pretty aggressive tonight. We've called his name several times, but it's because the ball is getting into that secondary, and that's where he plays. So that's good for the Lynx if we keep calling his name.
Spread formation for the Lynx. That's going to be Knutson, 2 receivers to his left. They go to Delaney right away. He's met and stopped after the catch, but a good gain across the 50 for about 5 yards from Delaney.
Bauer on the tackle. He's I don't know if he comes off the field.
He might not.
He plays on defensive secondary. He plays receiver here. He runs punts back. He runs kicks back. Very versatile player.
Delaney is going to come off the field after that catch. 2nd down and 5 from about the the 46. Shotgun formation. Melcher to his right. He goes to Melcher. It's
flag on the play.
Flag on the play. I wonder if we're going to have a false start.
If he took off a little too soon.
Clock is stopped at 2:04. It's going to be on the Lynx, I believe. Legal formation. Somebody did not check if they were on the line. Too many men on the line, or
in the backfield.
But that's going to be a penalty on the Lynx, and we haven't seen a lot of penalties in this ball game for the Lynx, but that is a big one as it drives the ball back on the opposite side of the 50. Lynx are 2nd down and 9 from the 49. Knutson, 2 receivers to his right. He goes to his running back, Gus Scott, and he's going to gain about 3 yards, maybe 2.
Brings up about 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9. Maybe he didn't gain anything. 3rd and 9 from the 49. They're going to place it, no gain. 1:20 to go. Coaching staff knows that they have 3 timeouts in their pocket. And Knutson, 3 receivers to his left. That's going to be Melcher out wide at the 50, along with Delaney and Mueller. Looks to Mueller across the field. He's going to go deep to his intended receiver. That's going to be number 8, Stefan.
There's a flag on the play, and I think they're going to get offensive pass interference.
We'll see what they call here. It was a very good catch by number 8, Stefan. And a really good throw on the run by Knutson. Coach Christensen looking to see what it's all about at about the 24. It is. Bob called it offensive pass interference. So that's going to drive the ball back, I believe, 15 yards. So that will bring up a 3rd down in about 24. 23, I would say, right? 24.
Yeah.
Third down and 24 from the 34.
Yeah, I think it was Austin Dowd on the reception there for the Lynx. A good basketball player, and we'll be seeing him this winter on the courts.
Sorry, that was Dowd. You're right. I said Stefan. It was Dowd. Knutson. Third down and a mile, and he doesn't get the mile. He is brought down at the 41. The clock's at about 40 seconds to go first half. And the Lynx will take their time as the play clock sits at about 25, so we're about almost 9 to 10 second difference. I believe the Lynx will bring it all the way down to about 1, and they'll call the timeout. And the Knights have no timeouts remaining, so that's a good play by the coaching staff for the Lynx.
Yeah, they're, like I said, I think both coaches are just wanting to get into the locker room at halftime, kind of regroup on both sides, and come out for a good second half. So I don't think they're going to do anything crazy here with 9 seconds to go in the half.
Timeout, Lynx, fourth and about 20, I would say maybe 20. I know they have first down and 10 on the scoreboard, but that is wrong.
Yeah. If I had to look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17.
Bob, you want to stick your head out and to our neighbors there to the right and say it's not first and 10 yet?
I will not be doing that.
Okay, all right, fine.
Because in that room to our right, whom we'd be talking to,
Yeah.
they got the controls for our headphones.
Yeah, they could put us on mute real quick.
And we would not even know.
Well,
And we
yeah,
could be
that's
talking for about an hour and 20 minutes and not be saying anything, and they just have a picture out there.
Maybe somebody could message me if they do that, please. No, Bob Logan and everybody to our right that's running the scoreboard, they do a fantastic job. I believe Randy Marshall, the former athletic directors over there also, they do a tremendous, tremendous job. So thank you to them. And the Lynx offense is going to stay on the field as Knutson's going to be in the shotgun at about the 41. We'll see if they just take a shot deep. It may be Knutson just running around a little bit. We'll see. No, it's going to be a direct snap to Scott. He does kick on kickoffs and a beautiful punt all the way down.
We'll see if it hit out of bounds. I'm looking at the side, Judge. Nope, they're going to give him full credit for the distance. That was a nice punt there because O'Gorman, I think, was just thinking that they were just going to run the ball around down there and didn't have anybody back.
So 1 second on the clock. Play clock means nothing. And O'Gorman's going to take over on offense. And it looks like at about the 14. We'll see what O'Gorman does. It looks like they are going to take a knee. They are going to be satisfied going into halftime down 12. And that's going to do it for your first half here in Brandon, South Dakota. Your Lynx up 12-0 on this third Saturday. We'll call it the third Saturday and the schedule for 11 AAA in the state of South Dakota.
Yeah, it's been a good first half. Not a high-scoring first half for those who like that, but if you like defense, both defenses have been holding the offense down a bit. So we'll see what they come up with, what kind of stuff that they can draw up at halftime. And Brandon, typically for all the years that I've been helping you, Ken, seems to be more a second-half team, which tells me that they're going in and making some great halftime adjustments and coming out and are able to put those and implement those and come out with a lot of wins.
Did you just say you help me? I think you do all the work, Bob. I mean, let's just be honest. I just talk. You do everything else. I mean,
I'm giving you the credit.
You should see. Sometime I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show all this paperwork that I have in front of me. Like, I have a lot of information, right? And Bob makes it really easy for me just to navigate and talk. So I want to thank you, Bob. You do a tremendous, tremendous job for Lynx TV, for myself, and everybody, and Lynx country. We'll say that. And wherever you are around the world, you may be just here in Brandon or whatever, in your garage, wherever you're at. I know some people do watch the game in their garage and throw a tailgate party in their garage on Lynx channel, Alliance channel 226. We are live on there and all around the world, literally all around the world. That's the beauty of YouTube. Lynx TV on our YouTube channel. Welcome if you haven't been tuning in already. Lynx up, that scoreboard says it correct, 12-0. And right on the field right now is something that I hear almost every night. And it goes late into the night. I don't know what time, but I hear it outside. So I go outside on our porch, and I can hear the band. They're practicing, and it's absolutely fantastic. And you're going to see a terrific show. And we're going to turn off our mics because there's no way we're going to miss this, and there's no way you should miss it. You shouldn't leave. I know you want to go get a cup of coffee. Well, yeah, it is. What time is it? It's a little after 7.
It's
so
time for you to start wearing a watch.
That's why you have one on.
That's exactly right.
And so, but if you're drinking decaf coffee right now, you're sitting good. So, going to get some chips and salsa. Whatever you're doing, stay tuned. Don't leave this broadcast, because this is going to be a tremendous performance from the Lynx Marching Band, and we're going to bring it live right now.
Before we go, if you're seeing down on the track and watching this, you're seeing about 200 or so younger band students from the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade deals that will be these marching Lynx in a matter of a few years. So they're down there and enjoying what they're doing on the field, but I'll leave you with that.
Hey, and one more thing. So Bob has that somewhere on these sheets up here. There's these 14 sheets that I have in front of me, back, front and back. And thank you, Bob. I had no idea. Your Lynx Marching Band.
this evening also. Thank you for watching our halftime performance. The Marching Lynx has a rich tradition of excellence. The band has earned numerous awards in the Midwest region and has participated in many prestigious events around the nation. The Marching Lynx will travel to Rosemont, Minnesota for their first competition of the season on Saturday, September 14th, tomorrow. As always, you can stay up to date with the latest band news by checking out the Brandon Valley Band Facebook page or website. The band would like to send their sincere thanks to many people that help our program, including all the staff, parents, equipment crew, Band Parents Association, faculty, and administration. We appreciate all your support, and good luck tomorrow in Rosemont, Minnesota. As a reminder, you can pick up your Lynx sportwear. They are still selling right inside the main gate. We'll be selling a little bit in the third quarter. So if you're looking for some Lynx sportwear, go right inside the main gate. We'll be selling
They are in Rosemont, Minnesota for a competition tomorrow, so good luck to them and a great performance this evening. Bob, let's talk about now our Lynx TV sponsors.
All right, we've got the All-American sponsors, our Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. We've got our MVP sponsors, First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health and Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospitals, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible and for supporting the Lynx Athletics.
Absolutely, and the reason that we're able to bring this to you on Alliance Channel 226, if you're just joining us, or YouTube, or Lynx TV YouTube around the world, welcome. Or if you've already been with us, hey, stay with us, because we got a 12-0 ball game. Lynx in the first quarter, we'll give a little recap of what happened in that first half as the Lynx on their the third possession of the ball game, they drove down and scored, and Gus Scott from about 2 yards out ran it behind the fullback Timmer, and that's a touchdown, makes it 6-0. The Lynx missed the extra point, and Lynx defense give the ball back to the Lynx in the second quarter as Knutson, we were driving left to right, the Lynx offense left to right. Knutson motions Delaney from right to left into the flat. Beautiful throw from Knutson to Delaney from about 24 yards out, touchdown, and the Lynx try for a 2-point conversion. They do not make the 2-point conversion, and that's where we sit right now on this third week in 11 AAA football in the state of South Dakota. Lynx up 12-0. What do you think, Bob? Tell me a little bit about what. Let's talk about Lynx defensively. Let's start out with defense because, let's be honest, a 0 on the board against the Knights in the first half is a pretty good accomplishment so far.
The Lynx have played very, very solid defense every game that they've had this year. They just don't make it easy for the offensive team to get the ball, and they make them run multi plays. They just don't give up any big plays. I think the strength of this defense, and a lot of people will say, well, they're stopping them at the line of scrimmage and they can't get the passes completed. It's because the 5 guys in the back are blanketing all of the receivers going out of the backfield, going off of the line. They're just not able to get the ball. They're not open, so the quarterback has to run. And thus, it gives the linebackers that do stay in and the defensive linemen an opportunity to make those plays. So for me, the key has been, yes, we scored 12 points, 2 touchdowns, but it's the defense that's making that possible for this team. That's what makes them go.
And I know the offensive staff is not real happy with themselves. I mean, anytime so the Lynx have been in the red zone, I think 4 or 5 times, and they've actually capitalized on 2 of those attempts inside the red zone, inside the 20. You really want the upper 70% to really be successful. So let's see offensively if the Lynx do that. But they've had a really good run game, as we've seen, and Knutson's really found his receivers. The 2 leading receivers this evening so far are Delaney with 5 catches in the ball game so far in the first half, and Melcher, I believe, has 4, and he spread the ball around quite a bit. That's Briggs Knutson at quarterback. We don't have the complete stats, but going from memory and from my sheet of paper, that's where the catches are. Gus Scott really and Veskrina have really catapulted the run game a little bit on offense. No big runs, but really 5 to 6 yard gains really makes the defense kind of sit on their heels and really leans on them a little bit, and that offensive line is helping that too.
I think what you're going to see in the second half, Ken, is kind of like what they did in the first game of the year, is that the first half was just about like this. The second half, because O'Gorman's got to play 5 or 6 players both ways. It is pretty hot out here, folks, and we're just sitting in a booth, and we got a fan on us, and it's hot. You can imagine what it's like out on the field when you're exerting yourself with all the equipment. But Brandon does not play people both ways, and I think what you're going to see is that's going to start wearing on O'Gorman a little bit, and you're going to start to see the run game instead of those 5 and 6 yard deals. You're going to start seeing a break-in for 15 and 20, and just because they're going to get physically tired. It's just hot, and it's going to make the exhaust. So hopefully that will get Brandon going in the second half, and that's what I think is going to happen. It looks like Brandon's going to be kicking off here to start the second half with Bauer back deep, and also Logan Mebius back deep for O'Gorman. Let's see our special teams pin them back and don't let them get anything big to the outside, hold their lanes, and get a good tackle.
And Scott on to kick, moving right to left on your screen. 12-0. We're about to start the second half as your Lynx looking to go 3-0 early in this season. And there's a kick in the start of the second half. Bauer takes it at about the 7, cuts it up the hash. He's going to be met and dropped at about the 26, 27 yard line. And that's where the Knights will start on this opening third quarter with possession of the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it they gave them one more yard, so they're going to say at the 29 yard line. Knights starting with the ball there.
All right, looks like Hermanson's back in at quarterback for O'Gorman. Come on, defense, let's see what you got.
Hermanson, 3 receivers to his right. He's going to give it to his running back. That's going to be number 24, Hamrick. And he's going to gain about 5 yards, brings the ball up all the way up to about the 35. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Knights.
That was just a good play call. Nothing fancy about that. Just a run off of the right side of the line. And our linebackers got to come up and fill those holes a little quicker.
Hermanson, he's got 1 receiver, actually 2 receivers to his right, 3 receivers now to his right with Schlimgen, the tight receiver, to the formation. They go underneath. They go to number 1, breaks a tackle. That's going to be Mebius with the reception. Goes across the 50, and I believe about the biggest gain of the night for the Knights. Crosses the 50 all the way down to the 46. 1st down, Knights.
Well, Gorman certainly saw something that they during the first half, because those have been a couple of good productive plays that they've come out with to open up the second half.
Trip formation again for the 3rd play in a row for the Knights. Play action. Schlimgen into the slot and brought down by a host of Lynx defenders. It's going to bring up a second down in about 7 for the Knights.
Yeah, Schlimgen is one, I think, if I remember this correctly, one of only 3 returning starters for O'Gorman this year. So they're playing a lot of new players for the first time, and Schlimgen's one of their better players.
Hermanson, 2 receivers to his left, and he has an H-back to his right. Motions Mebius to a trip formation. They want to go to him, they do, and Carroll looks like, excuse me, great coverage by number 24.
Brighton Stroh.
Stroh with the coverage brings up a third down as the fans come to their feet, as you can hear them. 3rd down and 7 early in this third quarter.
Yeah, Mebius could hear some steps coming behind him and didn't look that ball in.
Hermanson, 2 receivers to his right, 2 running backs right and left of him. Carroll, great coverage. Incomplete as the cornerback. Carroll right there, number 23 with the coverage, as the intended pass was to Mebius. And incomplete brings up a 4th down and 7, as it looks like the Knights are going to keep their offense on the field.
Yeah, there was nice double coverage there because they had over-the-top coverage as well as the cornerback all over Mebius there.
And the crowd is loud on this Lynx side as Hermanson, 2 receivers to his left, wants to go to the flat. Heavy pressure as number 64, the nose tackle, Parliament, is there with the sack. Turnover on downs. Lynx defense comes up big. Lynx first series on offense about to happen.
Ken and I were talking during the break here while the band was out on the field, and was saying on how the screen pass was very effective for O'Gorman. Every single linebacker was in the screen pass layer on that, so the quarterback had nobody to throw to. He had to eat that ball. But somebody's down on the field.
I think it's the quarterback, Hermanson.
It looks like I can see a 5. Looks like it's him. Yes, number 25. He's setting up, though. I think they're just kind of talking to him. He took a pretty hard hit by about 3 or 4 different Brandon Valley Lynx, so he's probably just shaken up a little bit. Looks like they're trying to get him up here. It looks like he'll be walking over a little gingerly, but he is underneath his own power, so which is good. We don't want anybody hurt out here.
As the nose tackle, Parliament, number 64, was right there along with the outside linebacker, number 1. That's going to be Williams. So the Lynx offense is going to start across their 50 at the 45-yard line. That's going to be Knutson coming out of the huddle along with his offensive line. He's got Delaney to his right, I formation, along with Melcher, his wide receiver, number 11, to his left. Timmer, Scott behind him. Give it to Scott. Play action. They want to go to Delaney, and they do. Touchdown, Lynx. Beautiful throw off the play action from Knutson to Delaney, right up the seam, right up the hashes. Touchdown, Lynx, 18-0.
The play action there, Ken, was sold beautifully. It made everybody stop just for a second to kind of respect the run, and Delaney just put on a little burst of speed and got behind him, and the ball was thrown there perfectly.
Beautiful throw by Knutson, and I like it. The Lynx start the second half just like they did with in the first half, the first play with the play action right out of the I formation. First half incomplete, second half complete. Knutson to Delaney. Knutson. Scott, 2-point conversion is good. 20-0 Lynx, 10:07 to go, third quarter. Lynx capitalize on a great defensive play by Parliament from the nose tackle position. Gave the ball to the Lynx, their first possession, touchdown.
The offensive line definitely imposed their will, and They just open. It doesn't take a whole lot of hole for Mr. Scott to get through, but they gave him just enough, and he got in. It was a good 2-point conversion. That helps. That brings back a couple of those.
So 20-0, your Lynx, and they, like I said, anytime your defense gives you an extra possession, you can kind of turn from a team going forward on fourth down. When they don't make it, it's almost a turnover, right? It's almost like a turnover. Yeah. And your Lynx defense has been tremendous all night, and the offense has actually really played well in the passing game also, as Delaney finds the end zone for his second time this evening, number 5, and Scott capitalizes on that with the extra point. I should say the 2-point conversion. It's 20-0. And the up back for O'Gorman they take that kickoff all the way up to about the 24-yard line, and that's where the Knights are going to start on offense. A new quarterback on the field, I believe, is going to be number 13, the junior
Hunter Sayasavan.
Sayasavan is in the ball game. Hunter Sayasavan, number 13 for the Knights. And he's going to go out of the shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers to his left, along with Hamrick with him to his left also. He motions his receiver, and he's going to go up top, and he finds Hamrick right away for a first down and more across the 40, all the way down to the 50. And Sayasavan 1 for 1 early in this third quarter.
What do they call that, a wheel route, Ken? I'm not a football savant, but it seems like that might have been a wheel route.
A little bit out of there. So Hamrick actually comes out of the backfield. They kind of clear out for him, and he's wide open into the flat there. Sayasavan, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Blitz by the Lynx. Sayasavan steps up.
He's hit. It's hit.
Intercepted.
He was hit as the ball was going out.
Number 20 for the Lynx, and that's going to be on the interception. Give me a number, Bob.
Well, number 20. I do not see a number 20 on the right. Oh, excuse me, Maddox Mueller. If it's number 20, Maddox Mueller.
I believe it was. Maddox Mueller plays big-time ball on offense and made a great interception.
But if it would have happened to have been a 29, that would have been Jelima.
That's true.
And he's back there. So, anyway, I couldn't see the numbers real good, so we'll give you both credit, and we'll let the Lynx have the ball and see what they can do.
Perfect. Knutson. They motion a host of Lynx players. Knutson out of the I formation. They give it to Scott, and he is met in the backfield, a loss of 1. It's going to bring up a second down and 11 for Knutson and the offense.
Yeah, the linebacker's got some good penetration there and caught Scott before he got his feet and steam moving. Hey, over in Harrisburg, Harrisburg's up on Rapid City Central, 35-0 at half.
Second and down and 11 for the Lynx as the turnover from a big interception from Mueller at about the 35-yard line. Knutson, 3 receivers to his right. That's along with the fullback. Scott cuts it up the hash, all the way across the 45-yard line to the 47-yard line. First down, Lynx. Great run, even better blocking by that offensive line led by the left tackle for the Lynx and Feldkamp.
You know, that was an excellent, I call those an effort run. You could have not put in all the effort and got about half the yards, but he did twice the effort and got a first down.
Lynx walking to the line of scrimmage. They're in no hurry. 10 seconds on the play clock. Play action. They go to Timmer for the second time, the fullback. He grabs the first down. Hard run to the flat from Knutson. And that's going to be, they're going to mark him just short, out of bounds. about 1 yard short. This brings up a second down and 1 from the 44.
What a nice play. All the blocking that Timmer does, and it's nice to reward him with those passes where he can get out and go one-on-one with the defensive back that doesn't want to have anything to do with him.
As
looks like they've got second down and 1.
Just down under 8 seconds, 5. Gets the snap. Knutson looks right. He's going to keep it. He grabs a first down and more. First down Lynx. They will move the chains as the Lynx are in, like we talked about, no hurry. They can continue to drain this clock. You can see it. They are in no hurry as Knutson's going to go to the huddle. First down and 10 from the 41.
I think he really wanted to pass on the far right flat, but it was all covered, so he had to tuck it down. And I don't want to see him take too many of those hits.
Knutson, 2 receivers to his left, Mueller and I believe number 84, and we'll get that name here in a second. But Mueller with the catch from Knutson on first down and 10. First down and 10 brings up a second down and 5 at the 35.
I think Mueller, I believe, if I'm correct, that he had like seven catches for 143 yards last week.
So 84 in the ball game. That's going to be Van Colin, the wide receiver number 84 for the Lynx. He comes out, and 2 receivers to Knutson's right. Complete. And he did not come out. That's going to be a catch by number 84.
Ooh, flag on the play, right at the end of the play as he was out of bounds. I think you're going to have maybe unnecessary roughness. And I think the 84 for the Lynx is Jack Blumgren.
It is.
That man Curran that you're talking about, he actually plays for O'Gorman, so you had the right number, just the wrong team.
Man, Bob, if you don't have it written down, I'm never going to get it.
By the way, I'm pointing to the 12 pages of stuff that I've got for Ken.
Right.
And there's just a lot of information.
So Blumgren with the reception. He's a sophomore, number 84 for the Lynx. First down Lynx at about the 16-yard line.
And a 10-yard penalty to boot to put on top of it.
Shotgun formation for Knutson. Looks like man-to-man coverage on the outside for Mueller to the left. They're going to go right to him.
Melcher?
Big gain for Melcher. He gains about 9 yards. That's going to bring up a second down and 1. Actually 8 yards, so it's going to bring up a second down and 2. As Melcher, we talked about that man-to-man coverage. That's real easy. Melcher's sitting at 6'3", and really, you got to kind of cover over him because he has the size. And so they do a quick slant pattern, and Knutson finds him. And Knutson's been very crisp on his throws this evening. He finds Timmer out of the backfield. Timmer's going to grab the first down and more.
What a good fight after the reception, because the defender was right there, and he just fought through it for the first down.
So completion percentage, Knutson at almost 79% for the year, 26 for 33. I would say he's up to about 85 to 90% this evening, don't you think?
Yeah, he's not thrown any what I would consider bad passes, where the first week he threw some passes that you say, oh, don't do it. And they ended up being a turnover, where he's learned a lot. He's throwing those balls away tonight, so he's maturing as a quarterback.
I formation. Veskerna right behind Timmer. Did they find the end zone? No, he's going to be stopped short.
At the 1, or maybe even inside the 1.
It's going to bring up a second and goal from the 1. They're going to mark it right at the 1.
So how about a quick handoff to Timmer right up the gut? Reward.
He needs to find the end zone, doesn't he?
Reward the big fella for all of his hard work and catching those passes to get you down here. Let's have a quick handoff right to.
Love to see it.
Right to the right, between the center and the right tackle.
Knutson pitches it to Veskernaut. Veskernaut dives.
Still
He
down
is
at the 1.
Stopped at the 1.
It looks like Knutson mishandled the snap a little bit, which kind of threw off the timing a bit.
And one thing that Bob's bringing up is that the fullback Timmer, he's been very prevalent in the blocking game, but he's also caught 3 passes out of the backfield too. The fullback for the Lynx, number 44. I would give it to him too, and just let him rumble in and get 1 yard, and reward him. We'll see if they do it here. There's the give. Fumble. I think O'Gorman's got it.
Oh, they're dropping beanbags. No signal yet. No, you know what? I think the quarterback might have dove into the bottom of that stack and got that ball.
So Knutson recovers it for the Lynx. It looks like he's a little shook up. It's going to bring up a 4th down. You talked about on 2nd down that Knutson kind of mishandled it, maybe a low snap, and that was mishandled there too. You got to take care of the ball right here. You're in the red zone. Make it a 26, possibly 27 or 28 to nothing ball game. Knutson, shotgun. 3 receivers. That's a tight package to his right. He's going to try to find his intended receiver, number 11, Melcher, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that ball was just, well, first of all, it was a rocket, and it was even as tall as Melcher is, he wasn't going to reach that one.
So turnover and downs, score of the ball game still 20-0 as the Lynx defense, which has held all night. That's why that scoreboard says 0. Let's see what they do here. As the quarterback now in for his 2nd series, that's going to be Seyesovan. Collapse, finds his receiver number 12, and that's going to be a catch for Bauer. 1st down. Seyesovan has a pretty good arm there, as you could see. That ball came out of his hand real quick. They give him a little time, that offensive line, and that interception really wasn't on him. He got hit in the arm the last series. Seyesovan in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Lynx blitz off the edge. They meet Hamrick in the backfield. He breaks a tackle, tries to get to the line of scrimmage, and he does. As I believe number 10, that's going to be Swift, on the tackle, the outside linebacker for the Lynx.
No gain on the play though, which was a good recovery. They kind of mishandled the ball and gave him a time to get back there. So let's, with as fast as this guy is getting the ball out, offensive lineman, get your hands up. If you can't get to him, get your hands up and get in the passing lane. He's not the biggest fella.
2nd down and 10. Great defensive play by number 24. That's going to be your safety, Stroh. He's been on a lot of tackles and a lot of coverage this evening. It is going to be a loss of 2 as Seyesovan found his wide receiver in the flat, and no gain, loss of yard.
Yeah, like I was saying before, they ran the play. If the offensive lineman, if you can't get to the quarterback and they're passing the ball quick, get your hands up in the passing lanes and try to knock down some of those balls. It just makes it more difficult for the quarterback to see the receivers as well.
3rd down and 11. It looks like Williams is going to come off the edge. You can see on the bottom of your screen. He does. Heavy pressure.
Ooh.
Incomplete. The ball was there to number 1, Mebius, and incomplete. And the punting team's going to come on for the Knights as the defense comes up big again, and Pudwell is back deep right across the 50. You can see on the right of your screen.
That was another good defensive series for the Lynx.
1 minute 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Lynx 20-0. Heavy pressure. Pudwell, stay away from it, and he does. And the Lynx are going to start with the ball off of that punt at about the 42-yard line. And we'll see. The Lynx really find something offensively, right? A lot of things have been going well, but they're stalling a little bit inside their red zone we talked about at halftime too. Try to capitalize. You hit that big home run play with Delaney up the seam on the first series of this second half. I love that they're eating the clock too. I mean, that's what a good running game will do. But you got to capitalize and get points. As Knutson, he motions 3 of his offensive players to his right. Scott grabs it right up the middle, right on the logo, and he is brought down right at about the 49-yard line. A gain of about 7 brings up a second down and 3 at the 49.
You know, there's nothing fancy about that kid. It's just me against you. I'm going to open up a hole, and we're just going to keep pounding it down your throat until you prove that we can, that you can stop us. So that was a good play call. Just keep doing this. The offensive line that's going to wear down O'Gorman, and see if we can come out here with a win.
Melcher and Mueller, his receivers. He's got Timmer right to his right. That's Knutson along with Scott right behind him. Heavy blitz. Scott avoids it. And I believe he's going to pick up a first down and 1 more yard. So he's going to move the chains. First down and 10, Lynx.
Again, just another good run up the deal. You need 2 or 3, and you get 4. So that'll keep moving the clock. We've only got about 35 seconds to go in the third quarter.
As the Lynx cross the 50 from the 49 down to the 47. They have to get a snap off still in the third quarter. 20 seconds to go. 5 seconds on the play clock. Give it to Scott. Scott is met in the backfield. He may gain 1 yard. He does. And it's going to bring up a second down and 9 when we start the fourth quarter. That will end the third quarter as your Lynx come up big on their first series of the second half, from Knutson to Delaney on a home run ball off the play action. Delaney finds the end zone for the second time this evening, and he makes it a 20-0 ball game.
Yeah, it was a good third quarter for the Lynx. Again, the defense come out and did their job. The offense come out and got a big play, which now all of a sudden it makes you think about, okay, are they just going to run, or are they going to pass on us deep? We can't be committed to just one or the other. So
I say you play the clock, right? I mean, you know what you're doing offensively. The passing game has worked. Now let's start leaning on the defense a little bit. We've been doing it all game. You know they're tired. The defense, this is where those holes become even bigger, okay, from the offensive line, and a little gives a little pride to the offensive line. Hey, we're gonna stick right behind you guys, and let's just drain that clock. We got 12 minutes to go in this ball game before we become 3-0 if everything works out right, and let's go drain that clock.
I also noticed that during the game they've been rotating out Parliament and Feldkamp, and I noticed they're both in the game right now. So they're I guess it's offense, so we're going here, but yeah, we just keep running. Bob needs to be quiet and talk about what he actually sees.
I formation. Knutson to open it up. He does find his receiver. That's number 24. It looks like number 20, Mueller, the intended wide receiver.
Crowds were hoping for a pass interference call, but did not get it.
So it's going to bring up a third down and 9 for the Lynx, and they're going to be at the 46-yard line. Lynx up at 20-0. Big defensive plays all night for the Lynx, and the offense has taken advantage of a great defense most of the night. Knutson, 2 receivers to his left. He's got 1 to his right. Drops back. He's looking deep. No, he's going to find his receiver underneath, and that's going to be Scott out of the backfield. First down and more.
What a nice run. He knew exactly where the pylon was and for the first down marker, and scooted scooted right by there. I noticed that Delaney wasn't in on that particular play, and so they didn't necessarily know who to cover versus blanketing him all night.
So Scott, one thing, that was a great run, right?
There's a great run after catch.
Yeah, stay in bounds. Keep that clock running. What do you think, Bob?
Well, hey, that's a sound play.
Well, there's always
I
opportunities on every run, right?
I like it that we got the first down first.
Intercepted. Knutson tried to find his receiver underneath. We do have a flag on the play on the far sideline.
Bauer on the interception, I believe.
And the Lynx defense is walking onto the field. We'll see what the flag is. It's a good defensive play by Bauer.
Boy, he just jumped the route.
Absolutely.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 in the backfield. That penalty's declined. First down.
Penalty, illegal formation on the Lynx. That does not matter. Interception, first turnover for the Lynx offense this evening as Bauer picks it off and, like Bob said, jump that route. Now defense, you want to keep that 0 on the board. This is where you got to play. This is one of pretty much the farthest the Knights have been into their end of the 50. Best field position. Saisvan, beautiful throw to number 12 for the Knights.
Bauer.
He just intercepted the ball and almost came down with a really good catch, but that was a really good throw.
Great coverage by Carroll. Used the sideline as the secondary receiver and basically kind of made him run out of bounds.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 35. Lynx defense needs to come up big. Saisvan under center. Actually, he's going to be in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to give it to Hamrick. He is met by a host of Lynx defenders, first led by Jelema, and then Stroh cleans up both safeties there. And that's going to be a loss of about 5. Brings up a third down and 15 from the 40.
All right, watch the screen passes. Be careful what you're playing on defense, but watch the screen passes. That seems to be what was been working for them this evening.
Saisvan with a spread formation, 2 receivers to his right and left. He does motion receiver to the right. He's going to go up the seam, and it is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 15.
He was double covered there. He was just hoping that he could put it where the receiver could get it, and the defensive backs couldn't, and it's just overthrown just a little bit. But actually, a nice looking ball there.
Yeah,
he really throws a nice ball.
The secondary for the Lynx is very, very good. There's a reason that there's not a lot of openings anywhere, right? And the receiver had no chance up the seam. Spread formation, empty package for Saisvan. The Lynx faithful here at Lynx Stadium is
Flag
coming to their
play.
feet. And I think we're going to have false start.
I was waiting for him to call it on the defensive, jumping across and trying to get a head start, but we'll take it.
On the Knights, that'll drive them back 5 more yards. 4th down and 20.
But you're almost at a point where you have to go here, Ken. I mean, you're going to have to try to get, you're down pretty much 3 touchdowns. You're going to have to make something happen here.
They're not almost at the point. They are at the point. 3 receivers for Saisvan to his right, 2 to his left. Empty formation. Drops back. Heavy pressure by Williams. Williams finds him, and he doesn't get it the first time, but Parliament, the nose tackle's there to clean it up for his 2nd sack. Lynx ball.
Well, there's a flag on the play.
They are going to decline it.
I would think it's a hold in the position where they typically throw for a holding.
Lynx ball. Defense comes up big again with heavy pressure. Williams, number 1, was all there, the outside linebacker, and Parliament was there to clean it up.
All right,
Lynx
Lynx,
ball.
let's just start marching the ball down, running between the tackles. We don't need anything fancy. Let's just run it between the tackles and get some first downs and run down this clock.
First down and 10 at the 45 for Knutson in the offense. 2 receivers to his right. That's also Timmer with him, and he's going to move Mueller in the backfield. They're going to give it to Veshkerna. Veshkerna cuts it up. Great gain by Veshkerna. It's going to gain of 8. Bring up a 2nd and 2 for your Lynx, and the game clock will go under 10 minutes to go, and the Lynx are in no hurry as the play clock sits at about 25 seconds. They have 35 seconds to snap the ball between plays, and the Lynx can hold that in their favor right at this point. Knutson, Timmer to his right, he motions his tight end. He's got Veshkerna behind him. They're going to give it to Veshkerna. Great lead block by Timmer, and that's going to be a first down, Lynx. The only time this play clock will, the actual game clock will stop is the movement of chains on a first down or an incomplete pass.
You know, I'm liking the motions and things that they're doing on offense, because it's not giving their linebackers, they got to think too much about it, and they're not being able to just crash the line of scrimmage.
Knutson, Timmer to his right. He's got 2 receivers to his right also. First down and 10. They give it to Veshkerna for the 3rd time in a row. He's going to gain about 4 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 31.
You know, you don't need to go for big plays when you're getting 3 and 4 and 5 yards at a time on a running play, a safe running play. That's the kind of offense you need to run when you're up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter.
As substitutions come in for the Lynx, we'll give you the numbers and see where we're at. As Wokus, number 2, is into the ball game for the Lynx, and he's the slot receiver to the left. Knutson, pistol formation, Veshkerna right behind him for the 4th time in a row. He's going to follow Timmer. He's going to gain the first down and more, stay in bounds.
Which is a great deal, because he definitely put on the brakes as he was approaching the sidelines.
Clock stops at 8:17 because we're moving the chains on that first down, and the clock will wind as you'll see the white hat on the field wave his right arm, and he does. And here we go. 8:12 to go in this ball game on the 3rd Friday, or I should say the 3rd game of the season for the Lynx. Lynx trying to go to 3-0. They're up 20-0 and in full command of this ball game. Knutson. He gives it to his up back, and that's going to be Veshkerna again, I believe. We'll see. It is. That's number 6 in a row for him. And 7:42 to go. He does not gain the first down. He gains 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. And I like what Coach Zur, the offensive coordinator, and the offensive staff are doing. You lean on that defense. They are tired. Allow that offensive line for a little bit of celebration here. You like to run the ball, right? Pass blocking's not fun.
It's not fun.
Run blocking can be super fun. Knutson, 2 running backs to his left. They give it to Veshkerna again. It's going to bring up a 3rd down in about 3, maybe 4. And Timmer comes back into the ball game.
Dowd
With Dowd,
number 8,
the tight end.
he's a 6'4" tight end.
As it looks like we're going to go to a big formation, probably 2 to 3 tight ends, and that's what it looks like.
You're probably 2 down territory here.
Oh, absolutely. I formation. Motions his tight end to his right. Timmer. Veshkerna. Veshkerna is not going to get the first down. We'll see if it is 4 down territory, as it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 as the Lynx cross the 15 down to the 14.
I think you're too close, obviously, to punt from here. I don't necessarily know how much confidence that the coach has in their field goal kicker at this point. So even if you don't get it, they're down inside the 15-yard line, and it's got to go 85 yards.
I formation again. Tight end motions right. Knutson under center. Gives it to Veshkina again. Veshkina breaks a tackle and more, brings it all the way down to the 5. The most important thing is they get the first down. Stops the clock with the chain movement. Now it's going to be first and goal from the 5, maybe 6-yard line. It looks like the 6-yard line.
And the clock is still running.
Well, they did stop it for
moving the change, yes.
Yeah, but the chains were laid down because it's first and goal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did move them.
Yes.
Knutson, Vershkina to his left. I wonder if they're going to give Vershkina a little break here. I think that's his 10th carry in a row.
He got him all the way down there.
Nope, they're not. They're going to give it to him. Vershkina with the carry. It's going to bring us second down and goal from about right where they started at the 6-yard line. We're under 5 minutes to go in this ball game.
Yeah, they're trying to reward him and he's got him all the way down here, seeing if they can get him a score into the end zone here.
Maybe a little play action pass. I know you don't want to stop the clock on an incomplete, but if you're trying to, yeah, I'll just be quiet. I formation, Knutson, double tight end set. That's going to be a touchdown, and it is.
Yes.
Yes. Veshkina goes across the goal line right behind Timmer and his offensive line. He is rewarded with the touchdown as he did all the heavy carrying on that drive. 26-0. Your Lynx, 4:25 to go.
Do you know why I like that, Ken, versus a pass there? If you're just running it up the gut, you're not trying to show them up by doing a fancy pass play way down there just to run up the score. You're just running right up the gut, and if you can stop us, and if you don't, we're going to get a touchdown by the guy who got us all the way down here.
That's confidence. Extra point is good. 27-0. Your Lynx looking to go 3-0 on the season, 4:25 to go. And the Lynx in command, led by their defense. Their defense has been outstanding all evening. I believe the Knights have been across the 50 maybe 3 or 4 times. And when you take that in a 48-minute ball game, Bob,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Do you know what was significant about this extra point over here, Ken?
Go ahead.
They brought Miles Hunt in for the first time this year to kick the extra point, and it was up and through.
So he's 1 for 1 in his career?
He's 1 for 1 this year, yep.
In his career?
But yeah.
Didn't high
you
school
hear
career?
Yep. Didn't you hear the crowd got excited because they brought somebody new in and they got a good extra point kick out of that deal, so that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Your Lynx up 27-0, 4:25 to go as Gus Scott is on to kick number 3 for the Lynx. And we saw Scott earlier in the ball game. He went for his 4th touchdown of the ball game, and he has converted on a 2-point conversion too. Lynx looking to move 3-0. There's the kick, and that's going to be, I believe, Mebius. And he breaks a tackle.
Good
he takes
save.
It from the 10 all the way up to about the 38-yard line. And that's where the O'Gorman Knights are going to start with the ball with 4:18 to go in this ball game.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle by Mr. Scott, the kicker. Now, he's probably not your normal kicker because he takes a lot of pounding when he's running the ball, but he had to wrangle that guy because he was out in the open. He was the last line of defense. Now the defense has got to be thinking, I need to secure this shutout.
Savison, he is in the shotgun. He gives it to Hamrick. Hamrick finds a little bit of an opening, and he's going to bring it across the 40 to the 41-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. Brings up 2nd and 6 with about 4 minutes to go.
Brighton Stroh on the tackle. He made a nice tackle there. He went into the hole, caught him kind of from behind and brought him down. So could have been a much larger gain without that tackle.
As second down and 6 from the 41, 3:45 to go. Lynx looking to go 3-0 and undefeated so far in this early season. Drop back. Finds his receiver.
Ooh.
He almost found Pudwell, I believe, number 17. And it is incomplete, and he dropped the ball.
So, got a question, Ken. If Pudwell catches that, does that count as a completion for the other team?
A completion?
Yeah,
No.
because the guy caught it.
No.
No, okay. All right.
No, it's called an interception, Bob.
Oh, okay, but it's still complete.
You want me to write that down for you? Or? Third down, 6. Pass out to Hamrick right behind him, and he scoots up to about the 44, 45-yard line. So you're going to bring up a 4th down and 2. And this is all about pride right here. The Lynx want to stop him defensively. The O'Gorman Knights, I believe, are going to bring out their punting team. Punt formation for the Knights. Kind of. What do you think?
Well, they were waiting for the punter, I think, or somebody back there.
Hamrick's back to punt.
Oop,
And
he's-
it's a
he's
fake.
Gonna run.
He does not get the first down. I believe they're going to mark him short. Big play by Carroll, the corner, number 23. Turnover on downs, 2:42 to go. And special teams comes up big.
Was 1 yard short, but boy, what a good job of the defense to recognize that they did not have a punter out there to kind of close in on the play there.
And we have a O'Gorman Knight down on the field. And we'll pause and we'll actually bring you our Lynx TV sponsors one more time this evening.
All right, our All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. The Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And the Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quickstar, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you, sponsors, for all that you do for us to make this broadcast possible, and all the ones this year in football and all the sports. So,
Yeah, you are the reason we're able to bring this to everybody on every night that sports are going on in athletics for the high school for Brandon Valley. We appreciate the sponsors, and how you can appreciate the sponsors is go out and support the sponsors by going to their businesses.
absolutely. Looks like Jack Stockland of the OG defense is being helped off the field. It looks like he's kind of gingerly carrying his right knee, but he's getting some help here. So, all right, offense, let's just wind down the clock and come away with the W here.
Number 9 is in the ball game, and that
Will Van Leeuwer.
Van Leeuwer into the ball game. He's a sophomore quarterback. I formation right behind him at the line of scrimmage. Bobbled snap, fumble. It looks like Van Leeuwer is going to fall on it. It's going to bring up a second down.
That is not
And
going to help
11.
his rushing stats.
But one thing it does, Bob, O'Gorman didn't get the ball, right?
That's right. He recovered it. That's the important thing.
And the clock continued to roll.
Absolutely. So, anyway, got to be a little nervous out there, getting his little bit of extended playing time here. So let's get settled down and see what we can do here.
Van Leeuwer, pistol formation, box snap again. And the running back that's into the game, number 34 for the Lynx.
Is Camden Christian.
Camden Christian falls on it.
So it looks like we need to, maybe we might have a backup center in there that might be getting some of their first playing time in varsity level here. So Let's just everybody relax a little bit and get the ball back to the quarterback.
3rd and long. We'll say it's about 3rd and 20 from the 46. 1:25 to go in this one. Van Leeuwen, and there's a penalty on the field.
It's going to be delay game. Oh, false start. Wow, it had 0 on the clock.
That does stop the clock. 1:21 to go. 3rd down and 25 now from the 41. Van Leeuwen in the pistol. He's got his running back number 34. That's going to be Christian right behind him. Pistol formation.
There we go.
He gives it to Christian. He is met by a defensive lineman, number 60, for the Knights. And punting formation, I believe.
Dylan Fitzgerald is number 60 for the Knights.
For the Lynx. The Lynx want to keep that at a 0 on the scoreboard on the other side. As number 14 for the Lynx, Hunt comes in for his 2nd punt of the ball game.
And he is a senior, by the way.
He is a senior. Bob with the information. Hunt. There's the punt. Crosses the 50 to the...
Ooh, nice bounce.
Great bounce.
Nice bounce.
And the crowd loves it.
You know things are going well when you can get a nice roll and pick up an extra 15 or 20 yards on a punt.
As 21 seconds to go in this ball game, as the Lynx looking to go 2-0 on their home field and 3-0 on the season. As the Knights come out of the huddle, 3 receivers for Seisfana to his left. He gives it to his running back, number 42, for the Knights. And I think that's going to do it. We'll see if we get one more play in. It looks like the Knights want to.
Well, this might be some of the play that these guys get, so it's more important to see if we can get a play in for that to make it go.
And that will do it. They're going to blow it dead. And your Lynx, 27-0 on Friday, the 13th of September. 27-0. Lynx defense puts a 0 on the board. And what a ball game it was. Lynx moved to 3-0. Bob, give me your take on this big game for the Lynx.
You know, the defense come out and put their stamp on it and held the offense down. The offense did some nice things tonight. They incorporated some deep balls on some of the throws. Again, their trademark running game, their offensive line did what they're supposed to do. I just think it was a good all-around, every phase did well tonight. But I give my player of the game to the defense. They pitched a shutout tonight against a pretty good O'Gorman team.
Yeah, the whole defense, right, Bobby?
Yes, the whole defense.
It's really the coaching staff, the players. I mean, what a ball game. 27-0 against the Knights, and O'Gorman has been a big rival throughout the years, and the Lynx look pretty good. Offensively, they took advantage of what they needed to take advantage. There's things to work on. There always is. I mean, even defensively, even though you put up a 0, there's things to work on, right? The film's never going to lie, right? When you go through film. And offensively, I think there's some opportunities inside the red zone, right? But a really good game by the coaching staff and the players this evening as your Lynx moved to 3-0 on the season. The Lynx fans out there should feel really proud about this team. They have a good team, and we'll see what the rankings come out to this week with the Lynx winning 27-0 against the number 5 team in the state in 11 AAA.
And they've had a tough road to hoe because they've played number 1, 2, and 3 in the first 3 games of the year. So O'Gorman's going to win some games.
They are,
but they've got a tough front-loaded schedule.
Yeah, and one thing you look at is with the Lynx, a very disciplined football game, right? I mean,
Not a lot
there
of,
was
lot
there
of
was
penalties.
not a lot of penalties. That's a big point.
Except for maybe this last series when
Yeah.
when a lot of the second string and some of the players that don't necessarily get in the game a lot, where they had some issues there. But that I kind of say is an outlier to the rest of the game. So.
And you see a lot of that with Coach Christensen and his staff. Coach Christensen is our head coach here for the Lynx, and a lot with his football teams. They're very, very disciplined, and we've seen that tonight. They do what they're really good at, right? They don't try to play out of what they're not. Try to become something that they're not. They stay true to who they are. And we saw that offensively, defensively, even on special teams. They kind of set the tempo right away when Pudwell returned that kick for about 30 yards. I know it wasn't a touchdown, but hey, field position in football, and he gave them a really good field position right off the bat. So the Lynx moved to 3-0 on the season. They win 27-0. They will be facing the Roosevelt Rough Riders, I believe, next week, and I believe that's a Saturday. Let me get that for you real quick here.
Hey.
Let me just see here. Is
Maybe it is.
Saturday the 21st?
Yes, Rough Riders, the Rough Riders are right now heading into tomorrow's game in the President's Bowl, or 1-1. So
Yeah,
should be a good ball game there.
That will be at Howard Wood Field, and at 3 p.m. next Saturday. So
Part of a doubleheader, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Lynx fans, head on down there. Cheer on your Lynx to go 4-0 on the season. And we want to thank you for everybody tuning in to Lynx TV. And wherever you were around the world, thank you. Your Lynx moved to 3-0 on the season, 27-0 on this Friday evening. For Bob Arnold, I'm Ken McEwen. Have a great evening and weekend.
Good night, everyone.